Shalom, shalom, shalom to the 12 tribe that scattered abroad. Shalom, shalom to the 12 tribe that scattered abroad. Welcome back to the reading of the Bible with your brother Nehemiah. I am Israel, a true seeker of Yahweh. Like, share, subscribe, comment. We are in Exodus chapter 30. But before we begin, y'all already know we got to give all praise and honor to the Most High God, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Yahweh Bahashem, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai. We got to give him thanks. Man, if you still him breathing, that he gave you more glory than you ever seen before in your life, man. You got to appreciate it and come back to the law. We have to come back to the covenant that our forefathers done made with him in the wilderness, man. We have to, man. But we was reading in Exodus 29 about the offering, the wave offering, and the burnt offering. We were reading about that in 29. So we gonna get started in Exodus chapter 30. So everybody get their King James Version out with the Apocrypha and open up to Exodus chapter 30. I've been anxious for this blessing, and he blessed me, and I've been sitting waiting, and I already got it, but I've been sitting waiting, but it had to be, it's how they doing, they have to talk to the reference. So I talked to her today, and she said she just trying to get in touch with my last reference. So I had explained everything to her, because that's my boss man on my night shift job at the chicken house, right? And we be sleep during the daytime. So I told her to call around about 4:30, 5 o'clock. But she did told me to leave her number with him and he can call her. So that's the good thing. Cause that's what I've been waiting on. My cousin that called me like 3 times out of this week trying to find out what's going on, cause they waiting on me. So whatever, I hope it be today. But whenever she talked to him, she said she when I called and I told her who I was, she said, "Oh, Mr. Wickford, I just finna call you. I got your application sitting right here on the desk. I'm trying to get in touch with your last reference." But she did get a chance to talk to one of the reference, and got a good outstanding. She talking highly up about me. So they already said, the boss man at the job told my cousin that he was gonna hire me. So cousin called me like 3 times this week trying to find out what's going on. I was trying to find out too, but I was thinking, cause last time I talked to her, she told me she did my background check and she got my reference, and she just said you'll hear back from a call from her. Just be looking out for a call from her. So that's all I've been waiting on. But the spirit moved me to told me to go and make my move. So when I was at work last night, I thought about it. I said, I'm going to call HR tomorrow. So I did that. Ain't got a chance to talk to somebody, but I had to wait till 1 o'clock to the one who had my application come in. So when she came in, I called her by 2:30. And gave her time to get in the office and get everything straight. And that's when she told me she had my application. So I went on and told her what time to call them, and left a message with my supervisor, my boss man, and told him that she'll be calling by 4:30, 5 o'clock, and be looking out for a call, or here go her number, you can call her. So put all that in the Most High hand, and go from there. I've been patient enough, so I know I deserve it. Okay. That's a testimony. That was a testimony I just wanted to give out. Hope, Lord, I had this second job. I get this second job, everything will be all right. All praise to the Most High. He doing it. Okay, this is the book of Exodus, chapter 30, verse 1 And thou shalt make an altar to burn incense upon, of shittim wood shalt thou make it. So now you're making another altar to burn incense upon. Verse 2. A cubit shall be the length thereof, and a cubit the breadth thereof. 4 square shall it be, and 2 cubits shall be the height thereof. The horns thereof shall be of the same. Now, remember we reading about the statutes, and the commandments of how to make things, how to do the temple, the altar, the robe, the garment that Aaron and his sons put on. This is what we're reading about, and this basically gonna be the rest of the chapter explaining all that. See, we in the 5 books of Moses, the Torah. It's all about how we became Israel. It's all about the laws, statutes, commandments, judgments. It's all about that. How you should do this, how you should do that. You should do this. You should, my man should gather to me in 3 feasts out of the year. These the things. That's why it's not just 10 commandments. He came down with the 10 commandments. But it's more. See, when you read it, you find out it's more than that. So it's like 613, 15 law. Now you take away the sacrificial law from that'll minus some of them away, but we still have law. We had the moral law, the civil law, the dietary law, you got the moral law, the civil law, the dietary law, and it's the sacrificial law. That's the one Yahushua came and died on the cross for. That's the one he took away. And the other one, I can't think of the other one. So you still have 4 sets of law that we still got to keep. He said y'all read this, read along with me. Throughout your generation, what he said, throughout your generation. Let's continue. Verse 3. And thou shalt overlay it with pure gold. What I told you. Everything we made basically was made with pure gold. Pure gold. That was the real gold. Now that gold ain't worth nothing. Like it really ain't worth nothing. The top thereof and the sides thereof round about, and the horns thereof. And thou shalt make unto it a crown of gold round about. A crown of gold. A molding, like a molding, a crown of gold. Verse 4. And 2 golden rings shalt thou make to it under the crown of it, by the 2 corners thereof, upon the 2 sides of it shalt thou make it, and they shall be for places for the staff to bear it withal. Now remember, we making a altar to burn incense. Ain't that what it said back in verse 1? And thou shalt make an altar to burn incense upon. Of shittim wood shalt thou make it. And then it explain to you how wide, how the length, all that, and the breadth of it, the cubits of it. It explained to you that how it should be. Verse 6. And thou shalt put it before the veil that is by the ark of the testimony. Now y'all know what we made the ark, remember? The ark was the one where he got the statue, the laws sitting there, where Moses brought down. He got that in there, and he got some more things. I don't think I read it to y'all, but y'all gonna see what's else in there. It say, verse 6 again from the top. And thou shalt put it before the veil that is by the ark of the testimony, before the mercy seat that is over the testimony, where I will meet with thee. It's where he will meet with them, at the mercy seat. The testimony, that's what's in the ark. The book, you can find that precept in Exodus chapter 25. That'll go good with Exodus chapter 30, verse 6. So you can line Exodus chapter 25, verse 21 with Exodus chapter 30, verse 6. Exodus chapter 25, verse 21 read, and thou shalt, Salaki, and thou shalt put the mercy seat above upon the ark. And in the ark thou shalt put the testimony that I shall give thee. See, he gave that to Israel. You read that, for you can line Exodus chapter 25 and 21 up with Romans chapter 9. I think it's Romans chapter 9 and 4. Something like right up in there, but it's in Romans chapter 9. See, with the testimony, because he gave that to Israel. He gave the laws to Israel. Was it nobody? This the time when, Salaki, this the time when Moses was in the wilderness with Israel. This wasn't the time they was in a land surrounded with with all the other nations. This wasn't the time when they was in Egypt, surrounded with all the Egyptians. This was the time. This gonna clarify the New Testament for you. Where the New Testament clarified the Old Testament for you. How Mike Matthews said, he said something like the Old Testament is the something that man used to say. The Old Testament is the something of the New Testament is something of the Old Testament. But this how they clarify each other. Because it wasn't, when the laws and the statutes, the testimony, the judgment, all that were given out, they was in the wilderness. Israel was, not the world. So this how you exclude them. And this how you know Jesus ain't talking against the law. Jesus is not talking against Moses. No, Yahweh Shai is not talking against Moses. Let's continue. Verse 7. And Aaron shall burn thereon sweet incense every morning. When he dresses the lamps, he shall burn incense upon it. So when he dressed the lamps, I'm thinking, my understanding is the lamps is the seven churches sitting on the candlestick lamp thing. That's my thinking of. It hold the 7 feast days of the year that the Most High gave to you. That's what it hold. So that's what I'm thinking when they're talking about the lamps. I could be wrong. See, if we go into definition, let's go into definition of lamps right quick. It's a lamp, it's a device that produces light or heat, typically use electric, bulb, tub, or fuel or gas. It refers especially to the light source itself. It also commonly describes the entire fixture, including the shade and stand. Types include incandescent, LED, incandescent. I can't pronounce that word right. won't let me go in there either. Okay. Incandescent. Emitting light as a result of being heated, full of strong emotion, passion. Incandescent. Incandescent. Why it jumped out like that? Okay, he said lamps, dressing the lamp, the incandescent, he shall burn incense upon it. Verse 8. And when Aaron lighted the lamps at evening, he shall burn incense upon it, a perpetual incense before the Lord throughout your generation. See what I'm saying? This is throughout our generation. So how can Jesus come and change the law? Verse 9, ye shall offer no strange incense thereon, nor burnt sacrifice, nor meat offering, neither shall ye pour drink offering thereon. So this is only for the incense, the sweet smell for the Lord. This is only for that, because you can't, it said ye shall offer no strange incense thereon, nor burnt sacrifice, nor meat offering, neither shall ye pour drink offering thereon. So none of the other sacrifices, offerings, that it can't be on there. This is for burning the sweet smell of the incense. Verse 10, and Aaron shall make an atonement upon the horns of it once in a year with the blood of the sin offering of atonement. Once in the year shall he make atonement upon it throughout your generation. It is most holy unto the Lord. So he gonna make an atonement too. It say once in a year with the blood of the sin offering. So this the blood of the sin offering atonements. Once in a year shall he make it. Make atonement upon it throughout your generation. It is mostly holy unto the Lord. It's the most holy. It is most holy. Verse 11. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, verse 12, when thou takest the sum of the children of Israel after their number, then shall they give every man a ransom, meaning a price of a life, for his soul unto the Lord. When thou numberest them, there be no plague among them when thou numberest them. Now, this, I have to look back into this. I probably have to ask some question about this, because I really can't explain this one. It say, when thou takest the sum of the children of Israel after their number. Now, I guess it's talking about just a portion of it. Got a lot of precept, but I'm not getting the understanding of that. So I'm gonna have to ask about that one right there. And I'll get back with y'all on that when I find out. to get the better understanding of it. We're going to read it again. Verse 12 from the top. When thou takest the sum of the children of Israel after their number, then shall they give every man a ransom for his soul unto the Lord, when thou numberest them, that there be no plague among them when thou numberest them. I know the plague going into the right, like the plague what he brought upon Egypt. So it said, make sure there be no plague among them. They ain't doing no plague. They ain't got no plagues among them. None of the disease, or so he probably was separating the numbers of them out of them to go to war, fight. I get it. Verse 13. This day shall give everyone that passeth among them that are numbered half a shekel after the shekel of the sanctuary. A shekel is 20 gerahs. A gerah, an ancient Hebrew unit of weight and currency. Oh, okay, they split money and currency equivalent to 1/20 of a standard scar shekel, often identified with a bean or grain kernel. It was the smaller weight in corn used by the Hebrews. Biblical, it was used to define redemption money and tithes. Okay, that's what they were doing. Okay, see? You see how God just brought us through that, understanding that by reading the next verse. So they was numbering the children of Israel, and they was giving the one that had no plagues upon them. They was, I think it's like the top tiers of the heads of the families, and they was splitting it up with them. It say, a shekel is 20 gerahs, and half shekel shall be the offering of the Lord. So they get a shekel, and a half of it should be the offer to the Lord. Verse 14. Everyone that passes among them that are numbered for 20 years old and above shall give an offering unto the Lord. So through all them that 20 years and above that passed through, that were given that, they should give an offering unto the Lord. Verse 15. The rich shall not give more, and the poor shall not give less than half a shekel, when they give an offering unto the Lord, to make an atonement for your soul. So this is making an atonement for their souls. And it said the rich should not give more, and the poor should not give less than a half a shekel. So if you're rich, you got to still give a half. If you're poor, you still got to give a half. That's all he asks for each one. That's going to add up to be a lot. Verse 16, and thou shalt take the atonement money of the children of Israel. It's the atonement money. So that's what they were doing. And shall appoint it for the service of the tabernacle of the congregation. So it is for the service of the tabernacle. And give it, and shall give it for the service of the tabernacle of the congregation, that it may be a memorial unto the children of Israel before the Lord, to make an atonement for your soul. Atonement. Reparation for a wrong or injury. So you paying reparation for your soul. Got a couple definition word: reparation, compensation, recompense, payment, repayment, redress, restitution. Got a couple of words. Amends, redemption. Verse 17. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, verse 18, thou shalt also make a lever. Let's see what this is. A basin. That's like a bowl. Let me see. Laver. An edible seaweed with thin flat fronds of a reddish purple and green color that becomes black when dry. Laver typical grows on exposed shore, but in Japan it is cultivated in Esra. What is a laver according to the Bible? A large bronze basin of water in the Israelite tabernacle. Yeah, it was like a bowl. And a later the temple. Used by priests for ritual wash of their hand and feet before entering the holy place or approaching the altar, symbolizing spiritual cleansing and purification needed to serve a holy God. Okay. Verse 18 again from the top. Thou shalt also make a laver of brass, and his foot also of brass, to wash withal. And thou shalt put it between the tabernacle of the congregation and the altar, and thou shalt put water therein. See, this thing be explaining itself, man. Remember, we started up there at verse 12. I said I'm going to get back to you. Everything, just what we just read down to verse 18, explain everything. That's why you have to read it. Verse 19, for Aaron and his sons shall wash their hands and their feet thereat. Verse 20, when they go into the tabernacle of the congregation, they shall wash with water, that they die not. Or when they come near to the altar to minister, they to burn offering made by fire unto the Lord. So, this is the cleansing, the washing before you go face the Lord. If you come into the tabernacle of the congregation, you have to wash. If you go altar to the minister to burn offering, you have to wash. Because our God is a holy God. He's set apart. He ain't no nasty God. He's clean. And he wants you to be clean of all sin when you come to him. Verse 21. So they shall wash their hands and their feet, that they die not, and it shall be a statute forever to them. It's a requirement, a statute. So that's what a statute is. Let's see what the definitions say.
Statute.
A written law passed by a legislative body. Law, regulation, enactment, act, bill, decree, rule, ruling, motion, order, command, commandments, covenant, ordinance. I'm giving the words for what God used. Because that's all ordinance, the covenant, Order, commandment. He command the law. So that's what statutes are. Yes, that's what statutes are. Verse 21 again from the top. So they shall wash their hands and their feet, that they die not. And it shall be a statute forever to them, even to him and to his seed throughout their generation. Israel is not dead off. Israel is not a myth. All Israel is not gone. Y'all are here as of today. When you read Deuteronomy, when we read Deuteronomy 28, I think I had did a little old thing on it. I think I had already did it. So you can go on my page and find it's already did. We ain't made it there yet, but I'm going to redo it over again. I'm going to read it out like I'm doing now. I did it, but I explained more a lot, I guess. I think. I don't know. But y'all can check it out. And it say, even to him and to his seed, even to Aaron's seed, the Levite. He said, forever to them, even to him and to his seed throughout their generation. The Levites are them Haitians. And them Haitians still living. See, they changed your name. We're going to learn all this as we read. They gave you a name. They changed. So they erase your identity, who you really are. Because they know that's why they're afraid now. That's why what's going on in this world is taking place, because we are waking up like the Bible said we will. The Israelites are waking up out of dead and finding out who they are. We ain't doing this just to be doing it. We trying to save soul. We got the Spirit of God in us. But this throughout their generation. Verse 22. Moreover, the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, verse 23, take thou also unto thee principal spices of pure myrrh 500 shekels, and of sweet cinnamon half so much, even 250 shekels, and of sweet calamus, let me see, calamus, another term for sweet flag. So it's a sweet fragrance. It's a calamus, 250 shekels. So these are the spicy. The myrrh, 500 shekels. You're going to give 500 shekels for the myrrh. And of sweet cinnamon, half so much. Even 250 shekels. And of sweet calamus, 250 shekels. So sweet cinnamon and calamus going to be 250 shekels. Verse 24. And of Cassidy, 500 shekels. You know I'm finna go get it. Cassia, a tree, shrub, or herbaceous plant of the pea family, native to warm climate. Cassicums yield a variety of products, including folders, timber, and medical drugs, and many are cultivated as ornamental. The aromatic bark of an Eastern Asian tree yielding an infant kind of cinnamon that is sometimes used to adulterate true cinnamon. So it's a fragrance, come from a tree, and it being warm climate. I got 500 shekels after the shekels of the sanctuary and of oil, olive, and hin. Verse 25, and thou shalt make it an oil of holy ointment, an ointment compound after the art of the apothecary. It shall be an holy anointed oil. Apothecary is perfume. Apothecary. A person who prepare and solid medicine and drug. Okay. Apothecary is a person who makes medicine and drugs. That's what apothecary is. So it said verse 25 again from the top, and thou shalt make it an oil of holy ointment, an ointment compound after the art of the apothecary. It shall be an holy anointed oil. Verse 26, and thou shalt anoint the tabernacle of the congregation therewith, and the ark of the testimony. Verse 27, and the table and all his vessels, and the candlestick and his vessel, and the altar of incense. So at the table of all vessels, and the candlestick and his vessel, and the altar of incense. Verse 28, and the altar of burnt offering with all his vessels, and the laver in his foot, the wash the basin, to wash their feet and their hands in. So all this on the burnt offering, and the altar of the burnt offering, yeah. Verse 29, and thou shalt sanctify them that they may be most holy. Whatsoever toucheth them shall be holy. Everything that touches them shall be holy. So he putting this on Aaron and his son. So anything touch them gonna be holy. Verse 30, and thou shalt anoint Aaron and his son, and consecrate them. Remember, we looked that up. That's dealing with hallowing them, sanctifying them, that they may minister unto me in the priest's office. And thou, verse 31, and thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel, saying, this shall be an holy anointed oil unto me throughout your generation. Everything throughout the generation. Verse 32, upon men's flesh shall it not be poured, neither shall ye make any other like it. After the compensation of it, it is holy, and it shall be holy unto you. But you can't put it on your flesh. Verse 33, whosoever compounded any like it, or whosoever put it any of it upon a stranger, shall even be cut off from his people. So compounded is like mix. Try to make one like it. Whosoever compound any like it, mix it, try to make it more, or try to make someone like it, or whosoever put it any of it upon a stranger, and you put it upon a stranger, this stranger you're talking about is a stranger out of the other nation shall even be cut off from his people. This is no oil. It's the anointed holy oil. No oil is holy. According to the Bible, the definition of holy is set apart. And you can't put what he said, if you put it upon any stranger, anybody in another nation, shall even be cut off. That person who put it on from that Israel nation, put it on, gonna be cut off from his people. Verse 34. And the Lord said unto Moses, take unto thee sweet spices, stack it, and anyata, and galabon these sweet spices with pure frankincense of each shall there be a lightweight. So these are different types of spices. Sweet spices. Stack is an aroma. Resina, spice used in ancient Hebrew incense. Exodus chapter 34. Derived from a Hebrew word meaning to drip or ooze. The onycha is an ancient aroma ingredient derived from the operculum lead of specific Red Sea mollusk, known in Latin as Ungus oftra, sweet scented cloth. And the galabum, I know I wasn't saying any words right. They ain't putting up that's the only one that did. Galbanum. A bitter aroma resin produced from kinds of Pharaoh. See, y'all ain't got to do nothing but look it up. A gum resin derived from several plants. It is an ingredient in incense for use in worship, yellow or greenish brown. It had a prominent aroma and a bitter taste. And it say, these sweet spices with frankincense of each shall there be a lightweight. Frankincense. So it's like pebbles, myrrh. Wonder how can you get a hold to that? They got a different couple of kinds. That's the smell we need to be burning around the house. Can't get it from them incense because them ain't frankincense. Verse 35, and thou shalt make it a perfume, a confection, after the art of the apothecary, temperate together, pure and holy. Verse 36, and thou shalt beat some of it very small, and put of it before the testimony, because it looked like little pebble rocks, the tabernacle of the congregation, where I will meet with thee it shall be unto you most holy. See, they look like when it said beat some of it very small, they look like little pebble rocks. That's what it looked when I took the went into the definition, went into the image and showing it. It's like they probably sell it in the store. Cause I did see some. I ain't know that was the frankincense. Verse 37. And as for the perfume which thou shalt make, you shall not make to yourself according to the conversation thereof. It shall be unto thee holy for the Lord. Verse 38. Whosoever shall make like unto that, to smear thereto, should even be cut off from his people. So what you making is you making it for the heaven Lord. But if you making it for yourself, you're going to be cut off from his people. And from the Lord people. And that was the end of Exodus chapter 30. We'll get into Exodus chapter 31 soon. And we moving along, you know. It taking us a little time, but what we are. We'll be up out of Exodus. We got 40 chapters. 39. Wait. No, we got 40 chapters. And we in chapter 31, going to chapter 31. So we ain't got that many left. Then we'll be in Leviticus. Man, it's wonderful to just sit here and read the Bible, knowing that you in the presence of the Lord. But like I said, when we come out of the Torah, getting all these laws, what he gave them for, he let them go to their land, took them to the land that flowing with milk and honey. He gave these statutes, these commandments, these judgments, these laws, these, he gave them what he promised them. He gave it to them. Before he took them out of the wilderness, they was in the wilderness learning the statutes and the law. So they knew what they ain't supposed to been did when they came out and got their land. They supposed to been hearkening to the voice of the Lord. Kept all his commandments. Did all his statutes, the way he breaking it down. This stuff explains itself. It's self-explanatory. You ain't got to do nothing but read it. Stop looking at it like, man, all this. You can read a chapter a day. That to get you started. Because once you get into it and you learn the laws and you learn that this is what, and then you learn that, wait a minute, these folk that saying what the Deuteronomy 28 talking about. You know what? Then it start getting more interesting to you. Then you'll start hearing that spirit talking to you. That spirit waking up. Then you're going to bear witness, you're going to bear, your spirit going to bear witness with their spirit. Then it's going to really get real good to you. You ain't going to want to stop. You're going to want to get the understanding of it. You're going to want to get the wisdom of it. You're going to want to get the knowledge of it. Some of y'all become teachers. Some of y'all become evangelists. Some of y'all become preachers, prophets. I'm just happy to get the word. And I'm doing my best to show it to you. I think evangelist, that's what evangelist mean. You know? Let me pull that up. Where in the Bible it says some become prophets, some become evangelists, some become teachers. Ephesians 4:11.
In Ephesians chapter 4, verse 11 says,
the book of Ephesians, verse 4, I'm going to start with verse 10. He that descended is the same also that ascended up far above all heaven, that he might fill all things. He's talking about Yahweh Shai. And he gave some apostles. Let's get the definition of apostle. Wait, we need to go into the other one. See, that's why I like that Life Bible. Okay, he said, and he gave some apostles. Let's get what apostle means.
Apostle.
Each of the 12 chief disciples of Jesus Christ. Apostle is some disciple, follower, missionary, evangelist, evangelical, preachers, teacher, reformers. Okay. Apostle. An apostle is a specific type of disciple, one who is sent out with authority, chosen by Jesus, Yahweh Shai, like the 12. While a disciple is a broader term for any learner or follower of Jesus and his teaching, meaning all apostles are disciples, but not all disciples become apostles. Apostles have a unique role as a foundational messenger for the church, commissioned by Jesus to spread the gospel, whereas disciple, okay, well, I'm not no apostle. I'm a disciple. Let's keep going. I'm gonna get this right. While a disciple is a broader term for any learner or follower. So apostle is a more specific type of disciple. He is one who is sent out with authority, chosen by Yahweh Shai. Okay. Let's see what prophets are.
Prophet.
A person regarded as an inspired teacher or proclaimer of the will of God. Seer, soothsayer, fortune teller, prognosticator, prognosticator, diviner, prophetess, oracle. Okay, what is the simple definition of a prophet? Let's see what that say. Someone who speak by divine inspiration. Someone who is an interpreter of the will of God. Prophet. What is the role of a prophet? Acts as a divine spokesperson, receiving messages from God and delivering them to people, which involves spiritual leadership, social, and ethic reform, and foretelling the future, all while speaking unpopular truth and guiding community toward divine will, justice, and peace. Okay, that's a prophet. So a prophet is like higher than an apostle, because the prophet is getting the thing from God. That's what it said. And some evangelists, let's see what evangelists say.
Evangelist.
A person who seeks to convert others to the Christian faith, especially by public preaching. Now that's what I do. That's what I am. And it's a preacher, missionary, gospel, convert. That's a couple of words what it's saying. And that's what I do. So I'm an evangelist, because I try to get people to come back to the word. Convince folks to, what it say? A person who seeks to convert others to the Christian faith, especially by public preaching. I try to convert y'all to the truth. So that's what I am, an evangelist. And I'm finna reading it. And some pastor and teacher. We know what a pastor is and we know what a teacher is. But this what he gave. So with that being said, man, we're going to close this thing on out, because it is going on an hour. And y'all know how we're going to do it. Y'all go to the book of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 9. Y'all already know. We're going to close this thing out with the Lord's Prayer. And it reads, after this manner, therefore pray ye, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thy is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. Amen. If a man have an ear, let him hear. Y'all know my slogan. If a man have an ear, let him hear. There's a reason why he gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth. With that being said, Israel, y'all be blessed. Stay prayed up. Try to keep your meekness. Be slow to anger. Be patient. Endure what life got to offer. Well, also praise ye Yahweh. Kwame Yasharala, family.